We begin with breaking news. Protesters taking over another Bay Area freeway tonight. I'm Elizabeth Cook in for Veronica tonight. This is Night Beat on air, nightbeat.tv online. Night Beat's Christin Ayers is alongside Highway 24 and MLK in Oakland. Christin, what's going on?
Well, just in this area a short time ago, protesters scrambled onto one of these ramps and onto the freeway. Highway 24 just reopened behind me, but you can still see a presence of CHP officers in riot gear guarding the freeway just moments before it reopened. We can also see a few buses out here that are typically used when people are arrested in situations like this. Now, CHP had actually promised a tougher approach today to try and keep people off of the freeway. That was their promise today. However, they were not able to stop close to 200 protesters from breaking a skirmish line and scrambling onto Highway 24 earlier today. At one point, protesters were laying on the freeway. They later faced off against highway patrol officers. The officers ordered them to disperse, and when they did not, they even let some tear gas loose at one point. Some protesters even started jumping off the side of the freeway to escape the tear gas. Earlier this evening, we did get a chance to ask Berkeley's Mayor Tom Bates about the police department's handling of these protests. Here's what he said.
But I feel very strongly that, they're a great police force and they do a good job. And we had to call in lots of other police departments. We had police departments from all over. And so people have said there's been police violence and shooting of bullets. None of our people, rubber bullets, none of our people have done any of that. Rubber bullets, so we don't even have those things. So, a lot of it's understanding which department, and people don't really know.
Now, protesters have continued to fan out across Oakland this evening. They've now made their way into Oakland, and at one point were facing off with CHP officers near the CHP office not too far from here tonight. Now, obviously, a lot of this has been very inconvenient for drivers. We've heard a lot of sentiments from frustrated drivers. Go ahead and take a look at this tweet we spotted online earlier today. Someone echoing that feeling on Twitter tonight. We hear a driver telling a protester, get out of the way, the bleeping way. I'm just trying to get home. A lot of people feeling that way tonight. That protester's answer, this is not supposed to be convenient. We've heard that a lot from protesters tonight. Their whole intent throughout these 3 days of protest in Berkeley has been to disrupt business as usual. That's what they continually say. So again, Liz, they're saying this is not supposed to be convenient. The entire point of this is to stop traffic, stop the freeway, stop the trains, whatever they can do.
That's right. The point is to be disruptive by blocking traffic, by causing a headache for drivers and folks trying to get around town. I'm curious, Christin, we saw something very similar last night and the night before. Have they turned violent? Is this a similar crowd? Are you seeing some familiar faces? Is the intent to get violent and to get destructive later on tonight, you think?
I really think that these protests, at least the ones that have been in Berkeley and that have progressed over to Oakland like they did tonight, have been more peaceful than some of the protests we've seen in the past. In the last couple of days, we've seen protesters more focused on that disruption that you talked about and less focused on vandalism. And so we heard protesters walking up to officers tonight, but yelling to them, this is a peaceful protest.
All right, so they are disruptive, not destructive.
Let's hope so. Let's hope it continues throughout the night.
All right, Christin, thank you.